started this video by asking if you guys were aware that cryptocurrencies are not actually live on exchanges. This is what makes a hardware wallet so crucial, is because it gives you full ownership of the private keys that are connected to any asset. So instead of the asset being tied strictly to the exchange, the asset will be tied back to you. What we see with exchanges is them giving us access to their private keys. This, of course, means that if anything were to go haywire, it's kind of their responsibility to protect themselves first, which brings us the result that we see in the headlines. But with a hardware wallet and you having complete ownership of your private keys, you now have the opportunity to protect yourself first. You can think of your private keys as the keys to your house. It is the single point of entry to all your assets, being the possessions in your home, family members, so forth and so on, right? Now, of course, you can't get your house keys without signing your lease or getting the deed to the property. In this sense, the deed or the lease would be the equivalent of your key phrase. You may recognize this as a 12 to 16 word phrase that most exchanges have you record and then verify when you first sign up for the platform. The key difference here is that it does not give you ownership of the private keys. With a hardware wallet, you do receive the ownership. So essentially, you're renting the blockchain address from an exchange as opposed to owning the blockchain address with a hardware wallet. Here is where noticing the differences in terminology is very important. When you do sign up for an exchange, oftentimes you'll see a recovery phrase. This is so you can access your account from a brand new device if you choose to. With a hardware wallet though, they give you that mnemonic phrase, which again is the equivalent to the deed contract, the actual land itself. From that, you would get your private key, which are always generated randomly. Okay, it's an algorithmic stuff. It's real deep computer science. We won't get that into it. But first step, you get your mnemonic phrase or your deed, your lease, that allows you to get your private key. Once you get the private key or the key to your house, you now represents full ownership of the address for the particular asset. So let's just say you're conducting a Bitcoin purchase. When you're buying Bitcoin or storing Bitcoin on your hardware wallet, that's actually yours. Okay, that then gets removed from circulation. So oftentimes when you hear about that on in other forms of media, when people say that they are removing Bitcoin from exchanges or Ethereum, the large institutional players and the custodial solutions, this is how they do that. Okay, this is exactly what they're doing. That's another reason why hardware wallets are so important, guys. The greatest tool I could have discovered in the crypto space. Once you get your mnemonic phrase and your private key, you're going to set up your PIN, which is just a simple way, much like with your phone, to physically protect your device from people trying to get into it. In addition, none of this information is stored on the cloud, which means that no one from a foreign IP address can access the information that will allow access to your hardware wallet. That is ultimate security right there. You'll notice when you go to shop for hard wallets, and we'll even explain it a little bit later in this video, that air gapped, no Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi, no NFC. These are the things you want to look for, because this means that the sensitive information that is used to access your crypto wallet can only be accessed by you. So to quickly simplify what hardware wallets are and the importance of them. Hardware wallets give you full ownership of your assets through signature phrases. These phrases generate your private key, which gives you full access to an asset on the blockchain. Your PIN number protects your device physically from any unwanted access. Hardware wallets isolate all important security details. This is often referred to as a cold storage solution. This is how you self-custody. In addition to ultimate protection, hardware wallets also give you ultimate access. We know we are entering the era of Web 3, and with that, you're going to need a very secure key to access a lot of these platforms, whether it be a DeFi protocol or an NFT marketplace. And yes, you can store NFTs on your hardware wallet. Managing a hardware wallet is very easy. You only need to set it up once. And the most important thing to remember is that 12 to 16 word phrase that you get in the beginning. When we get into the demonstration in a second, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the hard wallet that I'm using, guys. You've heard me mention it before. It is the Safepal. This thing is the first hardware wallet backed by Binance. Now, of course, Binance has been going through a lot of things recently, so depending on how you feel about that, I just needed to put that out there, okay? This is a Binance supported hardware wallet, but that does not mean that it is at all times connected to the Binance Smart Chain. However, you can access the Binance Smart Chain from this. So it's a good two-way thing, okay? We'll get to it in a second. But when you get your new Safepal, guys, it's going to come in a box like this one. It's very nice, you know, very square. Right now I have my necklace in here, but that's not important. What is important is when you get the box, guys, they're going to come with these 3 cards here, okay? Well, they're actually 4. A couple of these have some very personal key phrases on them, you know? Yeah, that type of thing. But you get 3 of them, and they're gonna look like this. They're gonna be blank, right? Probably can't even see that, but yeah, pretty much what you're gonna get here, guys. These cards are gonna be used for storing your mnemonic phrases that we talked about a moment ago, and you're also going to get this, which is going to have 2 QR codes here. Okay, and one of these you'll scan to download the app. I actually recommend doing that first. It's gonna come into play a little bit later during the setup process. The second one is the QR code to the user manual. So if there was anything that I may have missed, or if you're, you know, the type to look for more detailed instructions, as soon as you get your Safepal, you'll be able to access that information right there. Now, setting up the Safepal is actually pretty easy, and for the sake of time, we're going to jump over to Safepal's YouTube channel, and we're going to walk through one of their demonstration videos to show you how easy it is to set up. Now, the first thing you are going to do is set up your mnemonic phrase, which they explain the importance of before they generate it for you. Once you get your phrase, of course, write it down using the cards provided, and then verify again the correct order in the Safepal. After this, they'll ask you to set up a 6-digit PIN code for your device. Again, explaining the importance of security the entire way. A few seconds later, your account's been verified, and now you can set up a fancy name for your device, like, I don't know, future billionaire of the world. But you'll notice that right after you name it, a QR code will pop up for a few seconds, but don't worry if you miss it, because that's simply the same QR code on the card to download the app. And again, if you've already downloaded it, you're ready to go. So once everything is ready, you sync your new device. All you need to do is scan the QR code, and you'll be able to do that with this function here. You can see this is the QR code scanner, and you can see this is not like a camera or something. So this isn't connected in itself to any form of internet. It's strictly on the Safepal. So that's also awesome. So once you're in the ecosystem, guys, you're there. You're set up. You're ready to go. You are connected to Ethereum, Tron, Binance Smart Chain, and so many others. You can also add all of our favorite ISO coins. So we're talking Stellar, XRP, Algorand, XDC. I haven't seen yet. Honestly, I haven't seen, but they do have a feature where you can add custom tokens. This simply means that when you use a service like Tron Scan or Etherscan, right? Each crypto asset has a specific token address. You would take that token address and then put it into Safepal, into the app, and with the corresponding information, they'll ask for your token address, they'll ask for the decimals, and of course the name and the ticker symbol. 4 pieces of information that are very readily available as soon as you type in the name of the asset. It's very easy, so you don't have to worry about that. But pre-built, Safepal has access to thousands, okay? Thousands of tokens. So you don't really have to worry about that. You do have the base assets, though, of course, your top 10, your top 25, and your top 50. So if you like to stay in that range, then you won't have to worry about adding any new tokens. But Besides that, guys, as you spend more time with it, it's like a cell phone. That's what I like to think of it as. It's a cell phone. You spend more time with it, you learn more about the functions, the features, and what all that it can do. I am learning, and you'll see this too when you download the Safepal app, that their DeFi staking capabilities, we're talking 33% on BNB around here, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys know how much I like me some BNB. Keeps it right there. But all of that being stated, guys, I need to let you know the importance. Okay. We see now that the centralized exchanges, the crypto exchanges, your Coinbases, Binance, even KuCoin, they're controlled by centralized entities. And with that, we don't necessarily have full control over everything that goes on there. That's to be expected. It's business. All right. It comes with technology, with change, with innovation. But we have a solution. Okay. We got solutions. That's why I didn't make a video after the crash, just perpetuating the FUD and going over the stories. I'm coming with a solution. That's what we got. Okay. Now, of course, if you found value in all of this, smash that like button. Hit the subscribe, because on the regular, we make very, very beautiful videos over here on this channel. But more importantly, I'm always going to give you balanced information without any financial compensation, financial incentivization from myself. Okay? Pretty much, I ain't got nothing to lose here or gain by telling you about a particular asset. All right? But that's neither here nor there. The importance is get you a Safepal, get you a hardware wallet. And as a matter of fact, guys, if you're interested in other hardware wallets, you can watch this video right here. With all that being said, guys, you know what I'm going to tell you. Have a great day. Have a prosperous day. And most importantly, if that money is digital, so is the hustle. I'll see y'all in the next one.